This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a really easy one. This is a gas oven that will not heat up anymore due to a bad igniter. So I'm calling for heat and I hear the relay click at the top, and that's a good sign because that means it's sending power down to the igniter, but the igniter is not getting hot enough anymore to ignite the gas, so the gas is never flowing in. So this is going to be easy to do. Make sure we have it unplugged. We're going to pull back on these little catches. On some ovens you can just pull the door right up and out from the hinges, and on some you have to lower this little lever, and we're going to do it on the other side too. And then you bring the door almost to the closed position, and then you can lift up and pull out towards you, and the whole door comes off. You can also do this without removing the door. It just makes it a little bit easier. We're going to pull these grates out. If you're worried about the door, it's okay. You can just kind of lean in and still make it work. Take that one off, and on this model we just lift up on this bottom panel and slide it out toward us. On a lot of other models you have to remove a couple of screws from the back and then lift it up. This one just slides out. And then there is a heat deflector underneath that kind of spreads out the heat from the flame. And this comes out with removing 4 1/4-inch screws, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Then you can just lift off this heat deflector. Really easy to do. Kind of sped up the camera here. I'm actually not that fast. So we're going to get those up, and then we can get right to the igniter. There's the igniter here in the back. We're going to take out 2 screws that are holding it, and then we're going to pull it out, and we'll cut the wires. Make sure it's unplugged. We'll cut the wires coming out. We're going to splice in a new igniter with the ceramic wire nuts, and either one of the wires from the oven can be hooked up to either one of the wires from the igniter. No polarity problem at all. Get those on really tight. Make sure those are screwed righty-tighty really tight, and then we're going to push them back into the firewall to get them out of the way. So we want to splice back the wire before we put on the wire nuts by about 1/4 of an inch on the wires coming from the oven and the wires coming from the igniter. These igniters are really cheap. They're about 20 bucks from Amazon. We'll put a link in the description below, and they work great. They're kind of generic and work on a lot of different models. We just call these flat oven igniters. This one's made by Electrolux. So we're going to just add those 2 1/4-inch screws back in. I'm using the socket to hold it to make it a little bit easier to grip to start off putting the 2 screws back in. And then I'm going to tighten it up with this driver. You could use a little ratchet, would work really well. Get that tight. And then we can plug it back in or turn on the breaker, and we can do a test to see if it works. We can put on bake 350 degrees, press start, and we hear it click at the top, which again is a good sign. If you don't hear the click, that could be trouble. You might need a new controller. But if you get the click, then you should get a glowing down here of the igniter. And after about 30 seconds, it should get hot enough where it lets in gas and it ignites the gas. So we'll put a link for the igniter down below, and then you know it's working. So when these igniters go bad, they take a long time to actually get hot enough to allow the gas to come in, and it heats really slowly, and also sometimes heats unevenly and won't even get up to the right temperature. But for about 20 bucks, you can cure that problem. It'll just take you less than half an hour. Really easy to do. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to let that cool down a little bit, make sure the flames are off, and then I'll put that heat deflector back on, and I'll add those 4 1/4-inch screws to hold it on. I'm going to put the panel back in. I'm just going to slide it in kind of low down by the heat deflector. Just take your time. And I have to kind of lift it up on that back lip. There we go. And then we'll put the grates back in. I think there's actually are going in backwards. They work either way, but usually the curved end will go in first. Put in the second one. And now we'll go ahead and put the door back on. This is a little bit tricky. I want you to push the hinges in as far as they can go first, keeping it at an angle, and then bring it down to 90 degrees. And once you've done that, you can push those latches shut. They should shut all the way against the frame. And when you get a chance, please press the subscribe button below so you can be subscribed, and also the notification bell so we can send you more videos about appliance repair. Please also give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you really liked the video and it really helped you, please press this new applaud button and you can show your support and also get a nice clapping hands for your video. Thanks again.